embraced and warmly on his trips behind the Iron Curtain. To the crowds that greet and cheer him, he is a friend and ally. But Nkrumah himself insists that Ghana is neutral and unaligned. On his trips to Russia and other communist bloc countries, the Prime Minister negotiates loans and trade agreements that will finance the increasing number of government-owned industries in Ghana. In barter agreements, Nkrumah exchanges shipments of cocoa for mechanical equipment his country does not need and consumer goods his people do not want. Ghana's economy suffers as her creditors grow. With the passing years, Nkrumah travels anywhere and everywhere searching for economic aid. In Peking, more than 90,000 people turn out to see and to hear Nkrumah lash out at the imperialist nations of the world. But in Nkrumah's own country, changes have taken place that stir uneasiness, distrust, resentment. The man once hailed as the Redeemer, the Savior, has had Ghana's National Assembly make him president for life. The architect of independence now glories in the title of His Messianic Majesty. And all the time Ghana grows poorer and poorer, asking more help, mortgaging more of her cocoa crop. Bankruptcy now threatens the nation that began independence as the richest of all new African states. The commitment to communist nations becomes greater and greater. As he tours and travels, visiting capitals such as Belgrade and leaders such as Marshal Tito, the dreams of the Redeemer go beyond the borders of Ghana. He seeks support for a socialist Africa under one government, one leader, Kwame Nkrumah. While there are those who support and applaud Nkrumah, there are others who see the African leader as a demagogue who will stop at nothing to achieve his own ends. These ends will take him from continent to continent, country to country, city to city, on both sides of the Iron Curtain. Coming to the United States on an official visit, the Ghanaian leader will ask for and receive American support for the most ambitious of his construction projects. The historic $400 million Volta River hydroelectric complex will take 4 years to build and will be financed half by Ghana and half by international aid. The man-made miracle will form the world's largest lake and will irrigate 6,000 square miles of new farmland. When the project is finally completed, power-poor Ghana will increase its output by more than 500,000 kilowatts. But Ghana and Kwame Nkrumah pay a high price for the Volta River Dam. The nation, living on cocoa exports and barter deals, comes face to face with bankruptcy in 1965. Cocoa prices skid from 72 to 12 cents a pound. And nations once willing to extend loans and credit turned down Ghana's appeal for emergency aid. Amid this political and economic unrest, Kwame Nkrumah sets out early in 1966 on a Vietnam peace mission to various communist capitals, including Peking. Red China's chairman of state, Liu Shaoqi, is on hand to welcome Nkrumah, along with Premier Zhou Enlai. At the very moment that the official ceremonies are being held, while the flowers are being presented and the cheers ring out, a military coup in Ghana is writing a sudden ending to the rise and fall of Kwame Nkrumah. The Redeemer, the Savior, is now the fallen idol. Newspaper headlines report the spectacular overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah, and jubilant crowds celebrate his downfall in the streets of Accra. The military coup in Ghana is the 7th successful revolt in Africa in 9 months. But none of the ousted governments have survived as long as Kwame Nkrumah. Flying from Peking to the African nation of Guinea, the deposed leader vows a return to power. Sékou Touré, president of Guinea, pledges his support. But until that day comes, if it ever comes, Kwame Nkrumah must remain a man without a country.
This concludes today's presentation of A&E Classroom. Thank you for watching. Please join us again on the next A&E Classroom.
The preceding program is